Let's move on to somebody else who has been in the public eye recently, and that is Jeannine Mai. She has responded to Jeezy's divorce petition, and she is more than insinuating that he cheated on her and claims that he will have to pay up based off their prenup. In their prenup, obviously, if someone cheats, if someone sends sext messages, FaceTiming, social media, or direct messages shall result in a significant financial penalty upon the adulterous party. Any thoughts on that between them? I know you don't know a lot about their relationship, neither do I, but just in general about people having to pay for their infidelity in a marriage.
Well,
do you agree with that concept?
I'm a little cynical.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to me, what happens is that, once again, this is not a cop-out, but this is really how I feel, case-by-case assessment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you should have to pay because explicitly or specifically because you cheated on a person or cheated within the relationship. I think you should have to pay if you are more able to pay and there are children involved, and or the person is not able to generate income sufficient to take care of themselves immediately in that moment, as Gary says, in that moment.
Gary from The Bachelor.
The Golden Bachelor. If you need additional, I think you should, if you are the person who is in a position, if you are the person who is in a position where you can afford to help the individual become financially self-sufficient, then you should do that. You follow me? If they have been totally dependent on you for income.
Okay, but what about in their situation?
I'm not. You want their? Oh, you want just theirs? I thought you meant the whole concept.
In general, and in their situation.
Well, I'm answering you.
Okay.
I think, say for instance, you're a person who has not been able to generate income due to lack of training, early marriage, total dedication to the marriage, you supported the person who was generating the income.
You're taking care of the kids.
If there are children involved, to the detriment of your own, career, that person should be legally bound to make you whole, to make you self-sufficient, to put you in a position where you can earn money.
And not for infidelity.
Not to do specifically with infidelity. Because, let me tell you what's wrong with that.
Okay.
But the thing that's really wrong with that is what happens to the poor person who gets cheated on.
Whoa.
What happens to the person who doesn't have the resources to help you out, but they were still cheating on you.
Still cheating on you.
But money
they forfeit the money from the prenup.
No, I'm talking about people where there's no money involved. We all broke.
Well, we're talking about prenups.
Okay.
So there's no prenup if you're all broke.
Okay. So, let's say sometimes a prenup can be, sometimes it could be retrospective or it can be prospective. Sometimes neither one of us have money right at the time, but maybe there's money that could come in the future because some things are in development that didn't click there. Those pre and pro numps can go all pre and post numps can go all kinds of ways.
If that's the case, you really just ignore what I said. If that's the case, if I'm the person who isn't earning as much money as my spouse, and I cheat on my spouse, and do I think he should give Jeannine Mai money? Let's go back to this case. But can I just say this? What about the person who doesn't have this much financial resources that cheats? Then they should forfeit any type of prenuptial arrangement. That's what I'm thinking. Any type of financial prenuptial arrangement, because I'm cheating on my spouse. Or you don't agree with that? You still don't agree with it either way?
I'm not really even sure what your point is.
So you think that infidelity, you shouldn't have to pay?
No, I don't think infidelity should be a factor.
But that's the vows.
I understand that, but you asked me my opinion.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, a prenup shouldn't be based on what happened to make the marriage dissolve. A prenup should be based on the finances to make things more. This is what I believe what should make it more equitable.
I don't agree with that, because remember what Ken Do. We don't know about everything that happened with their relationship, but Ken Do and Mary J. Blige reportedly.
Oh, you saying you should forfeit getting any money because you cheated on the person?
Reportedly, he cheated on her. And she had to pay him
that situation is, of course, that clearly was unfair.
Right.
That's
so you should forfeit.
Okay.
Me taking care of you when you broke up our marriage. Okay. And you were cheating.
Okay. That situation is very different. Okay, than what you're talking about with Jeannine Mai.
I know, but I mentioned a reverse, and that's an example of the reverse.
I didn't take into consideration that situation, because two things are wrong. Because Can Do can generate his own money. Number one, nothing wrong with Can Do.
Most people can generate their own money.
Some people are at a deficit. Can Do can generate money on a professional level. Okay. Because he's something, whatever he is.
But what if you're not at a professional level?
Then now we got to look at everything. And but then when you talk about,
and then you're talking about cheating, just as rich.
Okay, good. Here's the thing. But y'all was both cheating.
Well, then they cancel each other out. They cancel each other out.
Okay. But guess what? Y'all was both cheating. But guess what? Behind the scenes, you was singing, whatever song you was singing. But I was in the background directing, producing, and writing those songs.
So what does that have to do with?
Well, what that got to do with cheating? That has to do with income. To me, it's all about money.
Okay.
And it's whatever you negotiate in your contract.
So the contract says that if one of them cheats, then they're going to have to pay. So if that's going by what you just said, Ma, then they have to pay. The whole point was about infidelity.
The truth is, I don't believe in that.
Okay.
The truth
I believe in it.
The truth is, it needs to be worked out financially.
It does, but I believe
not morally. But cheating is moral. That's not business.
But that's the marriage. That's part of the marriage.
So that translates. Well, listen. I've been through a couple of them. But listen. But you also. The thing about it is that you also are now looking at it from a monetary perspective. And that's what one is secondary and one is primary. Okay. And you have to decide what that's going to be. That's why people fight over these things so much.
Okay. Listen, I think that if someone cheats in the marriage,
I think it's whatever they agree upon. I'm back to where I started, which is case by case assessment.
I would have a huge problem if I'm the person who's making all the money in the relationship and my partner, my spouse, cheats on me, and then I'm supposed to pay them money. You have time to go cheat. You have time to go get a job.
But you know
have time to make more money.
But guess what? But then you know that when you are signing on to that prenup, and you know that when you picking that person.
Well, the prenup will say that forfeit your money if you cheat on me.
Well, once again, back to what you agree upon.
Right. Okay.
Case by case assessment, depending on what you agree upon.
Okay.
Look, if I know I'm marrying somebody broke, and they're not really working for me or contributing to my situation, my prenup is going to be skewed toward me.
Okay.
Because they're walking into it with nothing.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bamgboshe Happy Hour podcast.